one guy was hollering, saying, stop him, or catch him, tackle him, whatever. And he's just bailing, running. And out of nowhere, I heard that guy hollering, so I'm just like, okay, well, I'm right here. And I didn't even think about it. It was just a reaction. I didn't hesitate. It was just do it. So I went to go tackle him, and another gentleman did the same thing. And as I'm tackling him, I see his weapon either fall out of his hand or out of his sleeve, because he was wearing a long jacket, or like a Carhartt. So when I seen that hit the ground, I'm like, oh, we got to take this guy down. And so, like I said, I did, and another good Samaritan did, and we held him down. And it seemed like forever, but it probably wasn't. It was like 30 seconds holding him down, and me and the other gentleman are hollering at ongoers, where's the cops? Get the cops over here, get the cops over here, we got them.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about what is a very tragic event, but could have been a lot more tragic had it not been for the bravery of what I would like to call toxically masculine men, as we had a mass shooting at the Kansas City Super Bowl parade, okay? There was a parade to celebrate the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, and a mass shooting broke out, okay? There were some gunmen, maybe 2 or 3 people, that opened fired at this Super Bowl parade, and you had some good Samaritans, some real men, okay, alpha males that decided to step up with no hesitation and to stop the gunman, okay, to tackle the gunman to the ground to stop the mass shooting. Now, unfortunately, one person has been reported as dead. There's been about 20 or so other people who have been shot, but you can imagine if it wasn't for these brave men, there would have been a lot more casualties, okay? This could have gotten a lot worse than it did had it not been for these brave men, and that's why I think it's important to highlight them, okay, and to talk about what they did, because I think that in a sane society, we should be honoring these men, okay? These men should be getting trips to the White House. They should be getting medals. They should be getting rewards. Hell, we should be building statues of these men, okay? In a country where we build statues of George Floyd, I'm not sure why we don't build statues of men who stop mass shooters, right? If you stop a mass shooter, you should be getting a statue. You should be getting honored. You shouldn't have to work another day in your life, okay? That's what we would do in a sane society. You talk about wanting to prevent mass shootings. Well, how about we start honoring people who step up to prevent them, who are patriots, okay? Who put their lives on the line for other Americans. That's what we really should be doing. But we've gotten away from that in this country, where we're actually honoring criminals, okay? Building statues of criminals instead of building statues of guys like Paul Contreras.
All right. Well, Nick, thank you very much. And out front now is Paul Contreras and his daughter, Alyssa Marsh Contreras. They witnessed the shooting and helped tackle someone to the ground who was taken into custody. And Paul and Alyssa, thank you so much for being with us. What a terrifying day. Paul, you were there, and there you shared video here of the moment that you helped tackle this person. What can you tell us about what happened in that moment?
I just heard somebody yelling to stop this guy, tackle him, and he was coming in the opposite direction. So you don't think about it. It's just a reaction. He got close to me. I got the right angle on him, and I hit him from behind. And when I hit him from behind, I either jarred the gun out of his hand or out of his sleeve. Because as I'm taking him down to the ground, I see the gun on the ground. So I take him down, and I put all my body weight on him. And then another good Samaritan comes over and is helping me, because I kind of got him high, and the other guy gets him around his waist, and we're just putting our weight on him, and he's just fighting to get up. But we're fighting to keep him down. And another Samaritan comes over and puts his weight on us, and we're waiting for the cops to show up. They they get there, and the second cop gets there, the third cop gets there, then they pretty much take over. And I'm standing there for about a minute or two. You know, me and the cops didn't even have like one or two words, you know.
Wow.
Once they had him and got him cuffed, I sat there for 2 minutes with all my three daughters, and then we walked away. We headed toward our car.
I mean, it's incredible. And you're there with your three daughters. I mean, obviously, Alyssa's with you now. Paul, can I just ask, when you say that the gun, you don't know whether it fell out of his hand or maybe out of his sleeve, right? And when he went down, then the gun goes on the ground. Did you see him fire the gun?
No. I did not see him fire the gun. When I tackled him, I seen what I seen. Like I said, out of his hand or out of his sleeve. And I taking him down, I seen the gun.
Yeah. So again, thank God that they're okay. Thank God for this man, who I would say that if it wasn't for his toxic masculinity, a lot more people, unfortunately, could have lost their lives in that incident. These are the types of brave men that we should be celebrating. We should be building statues of men like, these average, everyday men that step up and to, save lives, right? In situations like that, it's not an easy thing to do, because he could have lost his life, but he put his life on the line for others. And, stories like this help me keep hope and faith in this country, right? That we do have good people out here, good men who step up, when it's time to be a real man and to protect others, right? So I definitely think he should be honored. I would like to see him get a trip to the White House. I would like to see him get a medal. I would like to see everything in the world given to men who step up in situations like this. And these are the type of men that we really should be spotlighting and talking about more when these types of incidents happen, rather than pushing the political narratives that the mainstream liberal media wants to push every time this happens.
So today was supposed to be a day of celebration for a community of people to come together and feel a sense of joy. And yet it is another day where America has experienced senseless gun violence. Gun violence is the number one cause of death for the children of America. Not some form of illness or car accidents, gun violence. And the reality of it is a lot of this can be prevented if members of legislators, including the United States Congress, just have the courage to act with reasonable gun safety laws. And I think it's incredibly important for everyone to understand it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. And of course,
so with that being said, I believe there are 3 suspects that allegedly were responsible for this mass shooting. As you can see here, doesn't really fit the narrative. You can see very, very, very clearly that these suspects, they'll probably be swept under the rug, okay? The media probably won't talk about this story too much outside of pushing the gun control narrative. They're not really going to talk too much about the identities of these individuals for obvious reasons.
People have been detained. Officers chased down one of the suspects, and another appeared to be tackled by fans.
I have heard that as well. I have heard that fans got involved in the apprehension or the pursuit of one of the suspects. I cannot confirm that right now, but that is something that I have heard myself.
Fan Alyssa Marsh Contreras spoke with KTLA. She says her father was one of those who took down a gunman.
My dad, along with another Good Samaritan, running, jumping, and just tackling the second offender. As they tackled him, the weapon fell out. A cop was able to secure that. After that, I just remember yelling, cops, we need cops over here. Somebody come over here. Not much longer, multiple cops come over, get on top of this guy, make sure he's clear of everything. And then after that, we were just all free to go.
From an aerial view, watch the suspect get tackled. Now, a closer look. Even as bystanders wrestle with that suspect, watch as a woman in the crowd picks up what appears to be a rifle that came from the man and places it nearby. Thousands of people were there. The Kansas City Chiefs players and their families, fans, the governors of Kansas and Missouri, also the mayor of Kansas City attending with his family.
Wow,
and
look at this crowd of people. I mean, this could have been a whole lot worse. This could have been a whole lot worse. Okay, we could be talking about a massacre. Okay, that's what we could be talking about if it wasn't for these brave men. Again, this is why I say you have to, again, as a society, if we want to get back on track, right? If you talk about wanting to set the right culture, okay, to inspire young men to be better, okay, and to embrace the traditional values that men should be embracing, you got to start with putting real men on the pedestal again, right? We got to stop honoring criminals and start honoring real men. That's where it starts. Because these men saved a lot of lives. They saved a lot of lives.
His first reaction now is anger and frustration.
I don't want us to have to, in our country, for every big event, think about a concern of being shot.
President Biden has been in touch with the Kansas City Police. He's now offering the full resources of federal investigators. Police also saying in that late afternoon news conference that there might have been actually 2 separate shooting scenes. For now, live in News Center, I'm Sandra Mitchell. Cher, Micah, back to you.
Yeah, so thank God that it wasn't worse. It could have been a lot worse. Again, these brave men, I hope that they get some type of reward or something like that. They should definitely be honored. And, you know, the left, they're going to make politics out of it. But I think, you know, trying to make this political is going to take away from the real story here, which is, 1, the bravery of these young men, and 2, the criminals that committed this act of violence, why they did it. And, you know, what it says about our country, that we continue to have individuals that want to commit these acts of mass violence and shooting. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.